good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today, we are getting into some dangerous territory here. We're getting into some dangerous territory. Get rid of this ad. I have a different another page open on my other monitor, but today I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, and we're also going to discuss live action remakes for Disney movies. So, I have not seen every single live action Disney movie. Fun fact, I have not seen every single one. There are ones I haven't seen, which I will, I'll point out and I'll talk about like why I haven't seen them, or maybe they haven't interested me. But I do want to say that I am for live action remakes for Disney movies. 100%, dude, because here's the thing. I love animation. I do. 100% I do. But when it comes down to it, I prefer live action over animation. I really do. That's my vibe. I will watch animated stuff, but it's not for me. Even though I'll watch it, like I will 100% watch it. I just prefer like live action remakes. Like I almost prefer it in the same way. Like, I'm not nostalgic or anything, so like I haven't played a lot of like old video games, and like there's like Jack and Daxter. I want to see that remade for PS5. I think that would be really cool. But in the same hand, like some people would rather play the old games, and like that's cool. I'm not nostalgic, so I want to play something new. I'm all about new. I'm not about old, So, and if anything new comes out, I'm gonna 100% back it, right? Now, a lot of people hate the live action remakes that Disney likes to do. I don't. Personally, I don't. I enjoy them. I do. I don't see why people hate on them so much. Like, there was a lot of hate garnered toward them, especially towards the most recent one, which we're going to talk about here. But yeah, I don't understand the hate behind all the Disney remakes, and I think part of it is because people are like, oh, you should just make new movies. Why don't you just become more creative? Well, creativity is lacking nowadays. We got all this AI out there, and AI is making everything, and yeah, creativity is kind of thrown out the window at the moment. But I do think the live action remakes bring something new to newer generations, and I think for me, I enjoy watching them. And this isn't the live action remakes aren't new. They've been doing this for so long. Like this isn't something new that Disney's been doing. I feel like since Disney Plus launched, people are like, why did they start doing live action remakes? Dude, according to this guide that I'm going to read for you guys, they've been doing these live action remakes since 1996. This is not new. They've been doing this for a while. So, I don't know. To constantly hate on the live action remakes, this isn't something new they've been doing. They've constantly been doing this because they want to improve upon what they're creating. And obviously there's going to be, new, I feel like Pixar is really taking over the animation scene for Disney, right? I don't think Disney's going to, make anything crazy new with animation. I think they're going to focus on their live action stuff. And I really like it. I really do. I support it 100%. But let's get into what I've seen and what I haven't seen, and, live action movies that I have actually liked from Disney and that I haven't liked. So, got the 101 Dalmatians. Now, I've seen it. I've seen the live action remake of it. And I think I'm not a fan of 101 Dalmatians in the first place. Now, I will say, and we're probably going to get into it in a bit, Cruella is really good. And that's not even a live action remake. That's a new movie. Like, Cruella's great, dude. Phenomenal. Emma Stone did great in that. I can't wait for the second one to come out because that is confirmed. That's 100% happening. And the same goes hand in hand for Alice in Wonderland, which that was in 2010. Apparently, like, That's a long gap. That's like 14 years without a live action remake. Probably because they had to take a breather on it. Never saw live action Alice in Wonderland, and even like the original Alice in Wonderland, I didn't really watch. But even so, like I wasn't a fan of either. It's not my jam. It wasn't my jam when I played Kingdom Hearts. When that was a world, I was just like, I can I can do without this. My throat's like crazy right now, dude. It's wild. The Sorcerer's Apprentice was not something like I watched. I know about it. I know it's about Mickey and Yen Sid, aka Disney. But it says so. The Sorcerer's Apprentice is named after a segment in Disney 1940 film Fantasia, in which Mickey Mouse plays the young apprentice of sorcerer Yen Sid, who Nicolas Cage's character is based on. So the film does feature one big reference to Fantasia. So the Sorcerer's Apprentice, like the actual live action remake, I've never seen it. I don't even know if it's good or not. I don't think it's a reference to Fantasia at all. But that again, this is kind of like where it wasn't my jam. Like I feel like you're gonna see like how old I am. Like I don't remember a lot of these like animated stuff. Like I'll call out the ones I do really remember and the ones I have seen and really liked. But yeah, Maleficent. So obviously like Sleeping Beauty, again, that's not another one I've seen. However, I have wanted to. I've never seen the I'm here. I haven't actually seen the Maleficent live action remakes. However, and also I just want to mention Sorcerer's Apprentice remake and Alice in Wonderland remake did not watch. Now, Maleficent, I've really wanted to watch it. However, there is a problem. There is an issue. Disney Plus doesn't have both of the Maleficent movies on its platform, so I can't watch both of them. I can't watch it. Like, I want to watch both of them because I want to get like the full story, but I can't, so I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it until both of the Maleficents are on the streaming platform. It's just how it works. Cinderella, again, like that's another one that like both the animated and live action did not really watch, so we're skipping that. The Jungle Book, nothing wrong with it, just I wasn't into it. Like I do remember the Jungle Book animated a little bit, but not too much. And then I know the live action one, I think, is on Netflix for the longest time, and I never watched it. I wasn't a fan. Pete's Dragon, that's another one that I just did not watch, both animated and live action. So you're really seeing like where I stopped, like where I haven't, where I'm not caught up, where I just did not watch. I think like I started watching the live action remakes with Beauty and the Beast because I remember the animated version of Beauty and the Beast pretty well. And I loved the live action version more than the animated version. I think this is how it's going for me, is like I'm loving the live action versions over the animated versions. Like just 100%. It's more my vibe. I just love live action. And what is it? Oh, please tell me. Emma Watson. Wait. Oh yeah, Emma Stone, Emma Watson. Okay, so Emma Watson played like the best Belle. Played the best Belle in the live action. I loved Beauty and the Beast. I loved the way it was told too. It was great. It was phenomenal. But yeah, and then Christopher Robin, which Winnie the Pooh, is what it's actually called, but the live action remake was called Christopher Robin, I think. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I actually liked it a lot, and I watched Winnie the Pooh a lot growing up, like the animated versions. And I actually I really liked the live action version. I thought it was cute. I thought it was neat. I thought it was really good. Dumbo. So Dumbo the live action, I don't remember the anime version at all, but I loved the live action version. They did a really good job with Dumbo. Aladdin, I've watched the anime version. I think I prefer the live action. I really do. There's a lot they add in the live act. This is the thing with the live action remakes. They can add stuff to it that they couldn't before. Like, you know, you think about The Last of Us, right? With the game, the TV show, The Last of Us, adds a lot of story context and more to the more to The Last of Us than the game did. So I really appreciate the show just for doing that, you know. But Aladdin, like, I think, like, even with like going back to Beauty and the Beast, I don't know if there's more context added to Beauty and the Beast, or anything. I think it's pretty much 1-to-1. It's nothing crazy, nothing different. At least from what I remember, it's pretty much the same. And then you go back to, like, you go to Christopher Robin. That's a complete, like, 180 on Winnie the Pooh, right? Because that's like Christopher Robin grows up, forgets all about Pooh Bear and all his friends, and like they're all forgotten. And it's like a grown-up version of Winnie the Pooh, and I feel like it's really good in that aspect. And Dumbo, like, the story of Dumbo is expanded upon. Like, it's not just about Dumbo at that point. Like, it's about more than that. It's about the characters around Dumbo, which I think is really cool. And with Aladdin, I feel like there's definitely a lot more character development added into it. Like with Genie, with Jasmine, like there's a lot of character development added into Aladdin than there was in the animated version. So yeah, and then The Lion King, I think, is where I feel like The Lion King's where the live action stuff started getting hate. Like, that's where I feel like it started. Like, people were just mad about, like, oh, it's not accurate. It's not like the animated version. Like, dude, obviously it's live action. It's not going to be 1-to-1. But I actually loved the live action version more than the anime version. I think I'm going to say that for all of these because I really did. Like, it. You know, I could see what the lions were saying. You know, they were talking. You know, I mean, if it looks silly to you, you clearly do not remember Narnia. Like, Narnia had a talking lion. Okay, like, come on, dude. This is crazy. This is wild. But again, like, I don't know if there was more character development added in The Lion King. I think it was pretty much 1-to-1 from what I remember, but I could be wrong. Lady and the Tramp 2019. I think there was more character development added on Lady and the Tramp, but I don't remember too much from that movie. I don't. It's kind of like hit or miss, but I did really love the live action versus the animated because, again, I don't remember the animated movie too much. Like, not in the slightest. And the Lion King animated movie, I do remember a lot, but I do think the live action was better. But in terms of, like, Lady and Tramp, I don't remember the animated version at all. Like, barely. And I remember the live action version a lot. So, yeah. And then Mulan. You get to Mulan. And this is where, like, I think I'm pretty sure this is my first, like, I almost prefer the animated version over the live action. Because Shenron, am I gonna butcher this? Let me make sure I'm not butchering this. Shenron is from Dragon Ball Z. Mushu. Sorry, I'm getting my animes mixed up, dude. So, Mushu was not in the live action remake of Mulan, and while I think that's a I was just like, aw. They added, like, a new type of story element to the live action version and made it more about like, it's not about this ancient dragon that's about, like, a symbol or something like that. I think the live action remake of Mulan was good, but I did prefer the animated version. I think. I'm pretty sure I did. Just because Mushu was, you know, a big part of this story. He was just like a comedic relief character in the fact that he wasn't there. But I feel like they were trying to be more serious with Mulan in terms of a live action remake. So maybe that's why they did that. But yeah, and then again, Cruella. Cruella was like, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a um like there wasn't an original like animated version of Cruella, but I think like Emma Stone played a phenomenal Cruella. Like, I just love the story of that character. Like, I love that more than 101 Dalmatians. Just like at the very beginning of this, like, it's phenomenal. It's great. So not much to say on that, other than like I think I appreciate Cruella more now as a character. But yeah. And then now we're gonna get to the more recent live action remakes, which one of them is Pinocchio. I prefer the live action remake of Pinocchio over the animated version for sure. I thought it was a lot more fun and lively than the animated version. And there was a lot more character development on the characters as well, which I thought was cool. So yeah, and then skipping that, going to Peter Pan and Wendy, which I think is called, I don't know, is it actually just called, it's just, oh, it is called Peter Pan and Wendy. Okay. Dropping my drink. That's crazy. I'm gonna put that over there. So I don't get distracted. Now, with Peter Pan and Wendy, there's a lot of differences between the original and the live action remake. But I love the live action remake. I think it was really good. I think character the way they were changing the story around, and then the character picks were really good. I think they did a really good job with the live action remake. Although Peter Pan wasn't something I was like super into. I think this same doesn't go for Pinocchio, because I watched Pinocchio live action before, but yeah, I think they did a really good job on that. Now, we got to get into like what they've announced for live action remix too. But let's talk about The Little Mermaid, because this is where like the hate for live action remakes got heated. Like I don't understand the hate for this. I just watched this movie on Disney Plus because it just came to Disney Plus last week. The biggest complaint about this movie when it first got announced, everyone was like, why is Ariel black? And I'm just like, calm down. Like, I get it. Like, Ariel was originally white in the original animated version. To change a person's race in a live action movie, like, dude, I think like it's Disney, they can do what they want, but at the same time, I do think it was like, after watching the movie, I think it was a really good choice, because obviously like with there was I think the word I'm looking for is there was a lot of diversity in the movie. Like, just there was so much. I think with that change, there was a lot added to the movie that wasn't in the animated version. I think I loved it a lot more. Like the market scene in The Little Mermaid, like when Ariel's like going through the market and then they're all dancing. I think that's really cool. I just don't get the hate for Ariel's like race change. I don't understand that at all. I don't understand why people are mad about that. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, Disney can do what they want to do. I think it was I'm probably gonna butcher her name. Hal Bailey played the perfect role of Ariel. Just perfect all the way through. I loved it. I loved it so much. I think what impressed me the most about that movie was I love my music. Music in movies is kind of hit or miss, but dude, they performed their vocals, like they sang their hearts out on this movie. Like, I was just like, when they were hitting like high notes, I was just like, whoo, man. Like, I was loving it, but I don't get the hate for that, honestly. Like, I think it's cool. I think it's rad. I think like It just doesn't make sense for people to hate on that. I think if you hate on that, you're racist, for one. Like, you need to calm down. Like, you know, if we're going to, you know, if we're gonna change races, it's fine. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, everyone grew up seeing Ariel like as white, and like, you know, the new generation is gonna see Ariel as black. That's fine. I think that's fine. It's okay. I think that's fine. Like, I don't see why people have such an issue with that. It does not make sense. The more diversity, the better in movies, I say. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be racist like everyone else. I think that's stupid. But you know, to each their own, I guess. But going into what hasn't come out yet, which these movies I'm a little skeptical on. Snow White. So I don't know too much about Snow White. I don't remember the animated movie all that well. So I'm probably going to like the live action remake a lot. We'll see. Now, Lilo and Stitch I have a problem with. Here's why. Lilo and Stitch is kind of a red flag when it comes to doing a live action remake, because again, how is Stitch going to look? Right? That's the big one. It's like, Stitch is going to look kind of weird in a live action setting. Now, the other thing I have a problem with in the Lilo and Stitch movie is that they are replacing Bubbles completely. They're cutting Bubbles out of the live action remake, dude. I'm not okay with that. Absolutely not okay with that. You cut Bubbles out of the movie, you cut me out of watching the movie, dude. Like, dude, Bubbles was everything in the Lilo and Stitch movie. He's like a huge character in that movie. I feel like he doesn't say much, you know, but he's Bubbles. He's Bubbles. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy, dude. He's a pretty cool guy, man. I like Bubbles. Bubbles is great. I really hate that so much that they're actually getting rid of. I don't like that they're getting rid of Bubbles. That's like a huge red flag for me. So it's basically Bubbles and how Stitch is going to look. Those are my two red flags. Until I see, well, I'm not going to watch a trailer. I'm avoiding trailers for things nowadays. I don't watch trailers anymore. I don't want to be spoiled, you know. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which I have seen the anime version. I do like it a lot, so I'm hoping the live action version will do the anime version justice. We'll see. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty sure. Bambi, well, we'll see how Bambi goes. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, because I do remember the anime version. I'm thinking it's gonna get the same response as Lion King, but I think I'll like it a lot. They're doing so many live action remakes. They have a lot planned. Now, they are doing Robin Hood as well for a live action remake, which the anime version, it seems like Robin Hood was played as a fox. Again, probably going to get the same response as the Lion King, unless they completely switch it around and they do like humans for Robin Hood, but we'll see what happens. Hercules, that could be a really great live action remake. I'm very excited for that one. Very excited. The Aristocats, I think, is going to, again, it's probably going to get the same response as Lion King or Lady and the Tramp. Well, this last one I have a little bit of a concern about. Moana. You're kidding, right? See, I get the Aristocats, I get Hercules, I get Robin Hood, I get Bambi, I get Hunchback of Notre Dame, I get Lilo and Stitch, I get Snow White. Moana? Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. That came out in 2016. That's not old. That's coming out in 2025? Oh, Lord. I don't know how I feel about that one, my dude. I think that's kind of a... I mean, do it if you want, I guess. I'm going to watch it, probably. I think I might prefer the animated version, though, because, again, like, it's not old. You know, like all of these live action remakes that they're doing, they're all of like old animated stuff. All of them. I'm not even kidding. All of them are of old animated stuff. And yet, Moana's not old by any means. Dude, it's like, what? It's 7 years old? But wait until 2040. Oh my god. Maybe then I'd consider it. But even then, like, the animation would still hold up in that time. Maybe. I don't know. What am I saying? Maybe. I don't know about that, dude. I feel like that's a little bit of a yikes. Is there a reason? They're just doing it? Oh, apparently the person who voiced Moana is not going to reprise her role. Okay. That makes sense. So I think the moral of this is, like, I'm okay with all these live action remakes. Like for the most part, I think I am okay with these. But yeah, some of these are kind of a yikes. Actually, not some of them, just the Moana one. I'm kidding. The Moana one's just like, I don't know, dude. That's wild to me. But no, I think, like, I'm a huge fan. I'm all for live action remakes. I'm all for them. I've loved most. I think I've loved all of them. Like, there's, like, again, I've mentioned what I've had problems with, but at the end of the day, I think, like, I'm going to prefer live action over animation. I know that's probably, like, disappointing for people to hear, but that's just the truth, man. It is what it is for me. I'm all for the live action stuff, but again, like, the only live action, like, movies I have not seen, I think, are probably the older ones. So, like, that being, like, Pete's Dragon, Jungle Book, Cinderella, Maleficent, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Alice in Wonderland, and Dalmatians. Like, those are the ones I haven't seen just because, like, I couldn't get into them. But yeah, that's going to be the video for today. Let me know what you guys think about the live action remakes, if you like them, if you dislike them. Love to know your thoughts. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you did, as always, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!